May God's peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you. My name is Muhammad, a new clip and a new story. But before starting, don't forget to pray for the Prophet Muhammad. May God bless him and grant him peace. So let's begin. The book is a story in Jewish heritage, but we don't not know exactly how true is truth. If it is true, then the book does not touch a person easily, but it affects people who suffer from the separation of their soul from their body. So there is no need for all your anxiety. As soon as the husband reassures him of a simple matter, he finds his wife calling him at the same moment in front him of the news of her pregnancy, and then the rabbi expresses the extent of his fear of the news of her pregnancy, since the Dibok knew that his wife was pregnant, and so he touched the fetus in her womb in order to control his body as soon as it was born. Thus, you will not find anyone who can help you, not even I myself, a Jewish rabbi, because if anyone wants to conduct an exorcism session, then the book will consider him his enemy and will harm him more severely. The husband returns to the Jewish rabbi the next day in search of any solution he has for his wife, but he is surprised that the rabbi has passed away, and on the same night the husband is able to meet the rabbi's son, who tells the husband that the book will not leave until he destroys everything around him. With eyes full of tears, the husband suggests to the rabbi's son that he abort his fetus. The rabbi's son refuses, as his wife's life will then be in grave danger. When the rabbi's son finds out about the husband's heartbreaking condition, he tells him that he only has one chance to confront the Dibok, so he wants to prepare with all his might for it. As soon as he finished doing some things in preparation for that confrontation, he came to him, immediately gave him a silver necklace, and told him that it would delay the work of the evil Dibok. He also recommended that he break all the mirrors in his house or even cover them, as spirits are stronger in the reflection of mirrors. The next day, the husband returns home to his wife, and as soon as he reaches home, he breaks all the mirrors in the entire house, collects all its breaking parts, places them in a hole in the garden, and buries them under the soil. When his wife sees him doing all this, she is amazed at his situation and does not understand why he is doing all this. Indeed, many days pass and everything is under control and things have become normal as they were before. In these cases, the fetus was growing day after day in the wife's womb. As for the rabbi's son, he was collecting as much information as possible about the book and everything related to it. The strangest thing happened to the wife when she was walking with her husband in the morning and happiness accompanied them. Suddenly, their neighbor appeared in front of them, holding her dog in her hand, which began barking violently at the wife. The husband was very surprised, but the wife looked at the dog in a terrifying way, completely silenced him to the point that he put his head on the earth. On the same night, the husband heard strange noises. He looked around but did not find his wife. So he went out to look for her, and without warning he found her on one of the walls walking steadily, and suddenly she flew in the air to her, holding the head of their neighbor's dog in her hand. After that, she started roaming the streets with her husband behind her. She was running in a way as if she were not human. Suddenly, And at the same time, the son of the Jewish rabbi appears to the husband, and the wife appears before them. She looks suspiciously at the rabbi, and he puts his hand on her head and asks her, "Who are you?" She answered him in a frightening voice, "I am sorry." And the rabbi soon places his hand on her head and begins to recite some words. The wife loses consciousness, so her husband picks her up and takes her home. The doctor comes to her to check on her health and the health of those in her womb. As for the rabbi, he tells the husband that he will go to the antique shop to find out the main location of the debug box to learn any information that will help them. Indeed, the shop owner tells him that he brought the box from the house of the deceased Jew and that the house is already full of books. Rabbi soon goes home and is surprised by a flock of blackbirds above the house in a shocking way. He enters the house and searches in the books and just appear to him chasing him, but manages to find a book with the same five-pointed star of David on it. He reads it to learn the whole story about the dynasty. On the same island, more than 15 years ago, there was a Jewish man who was one of the first in inhabit the island and was one of the wealthiest men in the entire region. But he was so strict that he would only speak to a Jew like him. He only had one son. Sorry, and contrary to his father's path, he fell in love with a very simple girl who belonged to the Christian sect. They both transgressed out of love, so the girl became pregnant, and when Adhra's father found out, he imprisoned him. As for the girl's family, they tortured her, but she endured and was patient and preserved the fruit of her love, until she received a letter from her lover in which he informed her that he would not be able to change his father's decision, and the girl ended her life, and her name was Nora. After her death, her father learned about the message and knew who did all this to his daughter, so he and all the people of the island killed Ezra. His father barely managed to get him out of their hands, but he was in a coma, and the doctor confirmed to his father that he would not be able to live a normal life. His father was already extremely good at black magic, so he makes a debug, slaughters his son, and prepares a demon to cast a curse on him to destroy all the people of the island after the death of the last Jew on it. The rabbi's son concluded that the one who was appearing to the wife was Nora to date as her, and his evil actions. The vision was completed, and the rabbi's son wanted to expel the debug from the wife. At these times, he went to the husband and he found that he had ordered the shipment of nuclear waste to be removed and placed on the island to destroy everyone on it. So he electrocuted him and carried him for the ritual. I informed the rabbi soon that the debug resides in the body of the husband and not the wife, as everyone has been deceived by. Indeed, he performed the ritual, and after a lot of stress and trouble and almost losing his life, he was able to expel the soul from the soul's body and return it to the debug box again, so that the family can enjoy a peaceful life again. They got rid of the box by throwing it into the ocean, just as the Jew threw the body of his son Ezra Today's story is over. I hope it will find you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video and share your opinions in the comments. Peace, mercy and blessings of God.